So I went and took advantage of Atlantic Firearms sale. They had the Portuguese 937As on sale. They had a package deal going where you can get the rifle, the bayonet, and a crate of 945 rounds of this Greek 8mm over here. It was a pretty good deal overall. I believe it was just over $1,400. I know there's been a couple videos of the different Portuguese Mausers circling about. One you should definitely check out is done by the Casual Collector. He unboxes one of these 937A models from both the Mauser crate and Atlantic Firearms to kind of compare what you get. I was one of the people that missed out on the Mauser crate, so I was pretty excited to see that Atlantic Firearms got these in. So I went and ordered one. It did take a little while to get here. It took just over a week, and then had a lot going on, so I wasn't able to really go pick it up until today. So far I like what I see. Pretty impressed with what I got. So go ahead and take a closer look at it. So starting with the butt, you can see it does have some markings here. Looks like 3 different markings right here. The butt plate is pretty jacked though. You can see it's got a lot of dents and dings, and the screws are pretty well hammered. My guess is that this was probably used for a lot of parade use, and this was probably bashing up against a lot of concrete. So that's why it looks the way that it does. I do have an extra one of these that I was planning on using for a 1934 contract Mauser, but I'll probably use for this instead, and then probably get a different one for that one. You can see there is another Waffenamp there on the takedown disc. There's a close-up of those markings there. Very crisp. See some really nice grain patterns in the wood. It does come with a sling. Looks like the sling's in pretty good shape as well. It's not all dried out and everything. Now taking a closer look at this bolt. You can see all the numbers are matching. So you've got the bolt itself on the bolt body is matching, and you've got these parts back here matching. So you've got basically the safety and the rear of the bolt matching. This part right here, which basically helps you remove the bolt, that matches as well. You can see it's got a really nice receiver marking here, the 1937 date, as well as the Portuguese crest. You've got a row of Waffenamps there. Looking at the floor plate and the trigger guard, that matches as well. Even the screws, those match too. If I can get really close, you can see that the lock screw also matches. I'm not really able to make out that lock screw, but that could match as well. You can see another 2 markings here on the stock on the bottom of the wrist. And you can see the stock serial number matches as well. Moving down the rifle, see another 2 Waffenamps there. And you've got a matching rear sight base, matching rear sight as well. And this is the earlier type sight for the Mausers, where they had the ranges on both sides. Later on you see it only on one side. The top handguard, at least the color matches the stock. Maybe a serial number underneath it for me to check. You can see here another Waffenamp there. Another Waffenamp there as well. There's that pretty iconic Portuguese front sight protector. It's pretty meaty. I actually like this a lot more than the sight hood the Germans put on theirs. Comes a cleaning rod. Good, turn over. Looking the other side. See, there's a little bit of dirt there, but looks like it's in nice shape. There's another Waffenamp on the other side of the takedown disc. Some really nice grain pattern in the wood. Just needs to be cleaned up. You've got the Mauser stamp here, as well as the serial number, so the barrel and the receiver both match. Does look like they added that A at the end here. I believe the same change was made for the one the casual collector posted. Looks like a few little scratches here in the stock. Could have been from maybe having the sling across someone's back, maybe just rubbing up against something. It's very possible. Looks like this band also matches, as well as the front band. The only thing I've been able to see that doesn't match is the cleaning rod, but that's something that Atlantic Firearms mentioned is probably not going to match. Looks like this part matches as well, the bayonet lug / nose cap. Just looking the other side, usually sometimes you see some cracks here in K98s, but I don't see anything like that. The stock looks pretty good. You can see the import mark right here. Looks like a Century Arms. And looks like it's pretty well done. I mean, it's underneath the cleaning rods. It's not really noticeable. Not on the receiver or anything. I really hate when importers do that. Just looking at the bolt. Looks like the extractor matches. You can see the bolt doesn't look very well used at all. When I take it apart, I'll kind of be able to tell more about it. You can kind of see it. It's a little hard to see with this on and assembled, but it does look like there's the other eagle stamp here on the back of the bolt. So again, doesn't really look well used, which is a good thing. Bolt's in really nice shape. Let's look at the bayonet. The blade is in really nice shape. It's got a lot of the original finish left on it. Looks like some Cosmoline smeared on it. There's a little bit of wear here towards the tip, likely when it was maybe removed from the scabbard. It does kind of wear down on that part. The wood grip is in really nice shape on both sides here. Screws also look good. This back one looks like it's got a little bit of damage, but still looks pretty good. You can see the serial number there doesn't match the rifle, and it does have some inspection marks here in the back. Looks like the older Weimar style. Scabbard doesn't have any markings that I can see so far, but the scabbard does look like it's in really good shape. It does have the little retaining screw here, which I believe was missing on the one that the casual collector got. Overall, this scabbard's in pretty nice shape. Now, looking at the ammo, I already have another case of this from when I got the 1904 Portuguese Mauser, so I don't really want to open this. I'm going to kind of stow it away for now. But this is a box I got from another case of this that I got with that Portuguese Mauser. You can, again, take a look at it. And the ammo's in really nice shape. I mean, the brass doesn't look like it's corroded at all. It's not dirty or dusty. I know it's corrosive ammo, so yeah, again, I have to be really careful shooting it and make sure that I clean it out really well after using it. But I mean, the deal they're offering with 945 rounds of ammo with your rifle is a pretty good deal. 8mm is not cheap. It's also not cheap to ship this stuff. I mean, this box alone looks like it weighs 58 pounds, and I think to ship it, it was about 30 bucks, somewhere around there. So to ship the rifle and all this ammo for only 30 bucks is a pretty good deal. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Take a closer look at the bore. See, the bore looks pretty nice. It's just dirty, so it's got to get cleaned out, but it should clean up really well. have a really nice bore. This is definitely a good shooter as well as a good collector, given that it's all matching. And the only serial number that I could find that didn't match the rifle was the cleaning rod, which isn't really a huge deal. Everything else so far matches. So when I take it apart, I'll definitely check and make sure all the other serial number parts match. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good buy. So if these come back into stock, I highly recommend getting one of these if you can swing it. I mean, between the ammo that you get, the bayonet, and the rifle for what they're asking for, for an all-matching German-made, essentially K98, that's a pretty good deal. You could definitely see these going for a lot more down the road in the future. So I hope this video helps you make a more informed decision if you decide to get one of these. If you have any questions about this rifle, feel free to drop in the comments. I will be cleaning this up, putting it back together, and I have a couple other projects that I'm working on. So if you'd like to be alerted to those, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. And as always, thank you for watching.